I wrote my sister's landlord an honest reference and she lost the apartment. My sister Danielle lived with me for 2 years before this. She moved in after her divorce, said it'd be 3 months tops. She was going to save up, get back on her feet. I said sure, because that's what you do for family. Those 2 years were a slow-motion car crash. She never paid a cent toward rent or bills. She'd promise every first of the month, then something would come up. Her car, her nails, a weekend in Nashville with her friends that I found out about from Instagram. When I brought it up, she'd cry and say I was keeping score. That family doesn't charge family. So I stopped bringing it up and just covered it. The apartment itself got wrecked too. She had people over constantly. There's a burn mark on my kitchen counter from a curling iron she left face down. A hole in the guest room wall she said was already there. My deposit, when I eventually moved, was basically gone. I never told her that part. I just ate it. She finally moved out last spring when she met a new guy. Good, I thought. Clean break. Then 2 months ago she calls me all sweet. Hey, so I found this gorgeous place, but the landlord wants a reference from my last living situation. Can you just say I was a great tenant? Paid on time, no issues, the usual. I went quiet. Danielle, you never paid me once. Oh my god, that was different. That was family. This is just a formality. Just say something nice. I told her I'd think about it. She took that as a yes and gave the landlord my number. The guy called me on a Tuesday afternoon. Older man, real friendly, said Danielle had listed me as her prior landlord and could he ask a few questions. And here's the thing. He didn't ask was she nice. He asked specifics. Did she pay rent on time? Did she leave the unit in good condition? Would I rent to her again? I stood in my kitchen looking at that burn mark on the counter and I answered him. Honestly, I said rent was inconsistent, that I'd absorbed most of it myself. I said there was property damage that came out of my deposit. When he asked if I'd rent to her again, I paused and I said no. I said it kindly, but I said it. He thanked me and hung up. Danielle called me 4 days later screaming. They denied me. They said my reference didn't check out. What did you say to him? I told him the truth. You told him I don't pay rent. I lost the place. It's gone. Danielle, he asked me direct questions. I wasn't going to lie under my own name. It's a reference. You were supposed to help me. I did help you. For 2 years. That's exactly what I told him about. She hung up on me. Then the family flood started. My mom called first, said I was cruel, that I'd made my own sister homeless out of spite. My aunt texted a paragraph about how blood is thicker than water. My other sister sent one line. You could have just said something vague. My mom kept pushing. She showed up at my door Sunday. You need to call that landlord back and fix this. Tell him you exaggerated. Danielle's staying on my couch now. Do you understand? At 34. She stayed on my couch for 2 years, Mom. Where were these phone calls then? That's not the point. That's exactly the point. Nobody called me cruel when I was covering her rent and eating a ruined deposit. But I tell one landlord the truth and suddenly I'm the villain. She's your sister and I was her landlord. He asked me landlord questions. I gave him landlord answers. Mom said I'd let her down, that she raised me to protect family, that Danielle would never forgive me. I told her she didn't have to. Then I said the thing I'd been swallowing for 2 years. I'm not lying to a stranger so Danielle can do to him exactly what she did to me. I already paid for her once. I'm not co-signing the next guy who does. Mom stared at me like she didn't know me. So that's it. You're just done. I'm done being the reference nobody checked before they moved her in. She left without saying goodbye. Danielle's still on Mom's couch. The landlord found another tenant within the week.